Hello, my name is Maria Trevino, and I'm a circulation attendant at San Antonio Public Library, and I'm going to make a few recommendations today. From our Spanish collection, we have Bendíceme Última. It's by Rodolfo Anaya, and for those of you that don't know him, he recently passed this year. He's one of our great Latino American authors. And this is a book about Antonio and his grandmother Última, and she is teaching him the old ways of healing with plants and mixing that with a little bit of science. So if you feel like connecting with your roots, this would be a good Hispanic Heritage Month book. We also have some children's items, and for those of you who haven't heard of El Cucuy, this is a story about the Spanish version of the boogeyman, or Latin version of the boogeyman. This book is wonderful. It's written in English and Spanish, so for those of you who are trying to learn or teach your children, you have the English version on the top and then the Spanish on the bottom. And it's one of those stories that you tell your children when they don't listen. Que va a venir el cucuy para ellos. That's a good one. Another one of my favorites is this book. It's a nonfiction. It's written by psychiatrist Frank Tallis. It's called The Incurable Romantic. Now this book is really interesting. He talks about the different ways people experience love sickness. For example, he has one woman. If you've ever heard of the expression love at first sight, there's people who take that to an extreme. So if you're interested of tales of madness and desire, this would be a good one. Over here I have this beautiful coffee table book, and I really believe these are often overlooked because they're so heavy. However, when you look at the pictures in this book, you see beautiful pictures, and you see animals that we didn't realize were on the endangered species list, like the hippopotamus. I know that the coral reef is endangered, and believe it or not, there's a picture of a butterfly in here somewhere. But this is a good find. Very heavy. On the lighter side, I found this book called I Work at a Public Library, and it's a bunch of anecdotes of things that happen in the library, funny stories, sad stories, some stories more gross than others. However, if you're looking for a quick read, something funny, this would be a great one. Now, I read a lot of nonfiction. This was one of my favorites, but it's not a very happy read. It's called Hell is a Very Small Place. It's about solitary confinement in the United States. And these are actually vignettes by people who have experienced solitary confinement, extended periods of solitary confinement, and how it affects, they talk about how it affects their psyche, how it affects their life after they leave prison, and it promotes for change. So if you're feeling a little bit proactive, this is a good read. And I have this one. Now this may look a little bit juvenile. It's called My First Book of German Phrases. However, I've used this book, and I can say Ich habe Hunger, which means I am hungry in German. So when I was in Germany, I did not starve. Another one of my favorites is called Wolves at Our Doors. So if you've ever heard of the hierarchy where people talk about alphas, betas, omegas, this book is something you will want to read. This Jim and Jamie Dutcher, they actually created an enclosure, and they raised wolves from little puppies in as wild as it could be, and they realized how the hierarchy is a natural thing. It's like a natural thing. The alpha is a perfect leader. He's naturally a leader. The omega serves his purpose. But if you're really looking into learning about the hierarchy, the alpha, the omega, and that sort of thing, this is a really good read. So I hope you found some of those books interesting. Thank you for watching. Now behind me we have some bay windows, and although we are closed to the public, we do have window shopping, so we can still keep our contact-free library going. And you're able to browse through these and even place them on order, and we'll get those to you. Our phone number is 210-207-2500, and if you're online, look for us at mysapl.org. Thank you.